everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a musical phenomenon that absolutely blew my mind. We're looking at a holiday project that doesn't just span a few countries, but literally wraps its arms around the entire globe. It's called FrostBeats, and it's this staggering reality of global celebration. I mean, when you think of holiday music, you probably think of the same 10 classics playing on a loop, right? Well, prepare to have your festive horizons expanded, because FrostBeats is entirely rewriting the rulebook on what a holiday catalog can and should look like.
Okay, let's dive into this, because this number right here is where the absolute shock sets in. 100. FrostBeats isn't just a handful of translated tracks. This project features original music celebrating Christmas, the New Year, and even the Old New Year across 100 different world languages. The sheer ambition required to even conceptualize a musical project catering to 100 distinct linguistic audiences, it's just staggering. It transforms the whole holiday season from this localized event into a truly universal, shared experience. The whole aesthetic of FrostBeats perfectly captures this inclusive vibe. You've got this beautiful, towering polar bear standing proudly on the ice, surrounded by ornate architecture. But if you look closely at the foreground, you'll see instruments from all over the world. Lutes, hand drums, stringed instruments, all seamlessly integrated into this icy, magical hall. It's such a stunning visual metaphor for what the music actually does, you know? Taking local, traditional sounds from every corner of the planet and uniting them under one festive, magical winter roof. To give you a sense of how deep this actually goes, we aren't just talking about the top 10 most commonly spoken languages. The linguistic diversity here is insane. We've got tracks in Tongan, Malagasy, Icelandic, Kurdish, Kazakh, Sinhala. The list just goes on and on. It's an incredible level of representation. It guarantees that someone sitting in Reykjavik, someone in Madagascar, and someone in Tonga can all press play and hear a high-quality, festive anthem in their native tongue. It easily makes FrostBeats the most inclusive holiday music project ever created.
Part 1. Unprecedented scale and variety.
So the really cool part is they didn't just check a box by doing one quick song per language and moving on. No, there's a massive commitment to representation here. Exactly 2 unique songs were created for every single one of those 100 languages. Sometimes you get a male vocalist, sometimes a female vocalist, sometimes this epic duet, but by ensuring there are at least 2 distinct tracks for every language, it gives listeners variety within their own cultural celebration. It's literally a double dose of holiday cheer for the entire world.
And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic range of the whole experience. You aren't just getting your standard 3-minute pop songs here. The track durations are completely wild and designed for every conceivable holiday moment. On one hand, you've got these quick, high-energy 1-minute festive bursts, which are perfect for a fast midnight toast or a lively moment with friends. And then, on the drastic other end of the spectrum, you have these epic 30-minute holiday soundscapes. Just imagine having a rich, beautifully produced background track running for a full half hour during a family dinner. It completely keeps the listener on their toes.
When you add all of this up, the languages, the multiple tracks, the varying lengths, you get this awe-inspiring total size. 592 songs. Let that sink in for a second. 592 original tracks. That is an output volume that completely defies traditional music production timelines. I mean, most bands take years to write and record a 12-track album, right? FrostBeats delivered a catalog of almost 600 songs for a single holiday season. That is just wild.
But it isn't just the sheer volume. It's the astonishing creativity in the genres. Look at these totally unexpected combinations. We have Spanish reggae that'll literally make you want to dance around your living room. French house music bringing club energy to the winter snow. German rock and roll, fierce Latin dance tracks, and incredibly catchy pop dance anthems driven by this rhythmic piano. The project joyfully pairs traditional languages with high-energy modern beats. It's festive, it's vibrant, and it completely shatters the mold of what a traditional holiday song has to sound like.
Let's move to part 2. One visionary, AI studio magic. I really want to pose this question directly to you. Think about a traditional music studio for a second. Think about the composers, the lyricists, the translators, the session musicians, the vocalists, the audio engineers, the producers. How many people do you genuinely think it takes to write, perform, and professionally produce 592 global hits? An army? A massive international label? 1. Literally just one person.
This is the absolute mind-bending revelation of this entire explainer. This completely unprecedented, culturally diverse 592-song multi-genre catalog was orchestrated by a single solo visionary. One person sat down and conceptualized this entire global symphony. It is just a monumental achievement of individual creativity.
So how is that even humanly possible? Because obviously this wasn't done by flying massive teams to 100 different countries. It was all accomplished through the magic of AI. And the quality isn't compromised at all. It delivers a flawless pro studio sound. The artificial intelligence here was guided to perfectly emulate the highly nuanced traditional sounds of all these different cultures, wrapping them tightly in a joyful, festive spirit. It's a technological marvel that bridges the gap between a single creator's imagination and the entire world's musical heritage.
Now, what's really interesting about this setup is the balance it manages to strike. It would be so easy for a project of this scale to feel artificial or generic, right? But the exact opposite is true. The technology managed to keep the authentic soul, the local instruments, and the unique joy of each region completely intact, all while giving every single track the heavy, professional polish of a top-tier recording studio. Its authentic cultural representation beautifully elevated by modern capability.
Which brings us to part 3, a holiday song for everyone.
And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. This is the true impact of FrostBeats' monumental undertaking. Because beyond the staggering numbers and the impressive technology, there is a beating heart of unity to this whole project. By covering so many languages, so many styles, and pushing the boundaries of what one visionary can create, they've ensured that no one, anywhere in the world, is left without a song for the holidays. Whether you're listening to a Sinhala pop track, an Icelandic rock anthem, or a French house mix, you are part of this massive global celebration. It totally changes how we think about seasonal music. So I leave you with this final thought as we wrap up this explainer. With a catalog of 592 tracks spanning the entire globe, what language will you be celebrating in this year? I highly encourage you to go find your own native languages track in the FrostBeats catalog, or hey, maybe explore a culture completely different from your own. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey through the world's biggest holiday playlist.